You know what? I'm sorry. I gotta fix this. I'm sorry. That's better. Listen, man. Tyler, I'm sorry to do it to you, man. But they saying that you worth a good first round pick, maybe multiple. I don't even know what a good first round pick means. I mean, technically, you never know if a first round pick is going to be good. I mean, you can get one from a bad team like the Pistons and assume that it's going to be good, but you never really know. And it's going to be an interesting trade if the Heat do get Damian Lillard. They talking about a 7-team trade. I might get to that in another video. But all of that Tyler Herro is worth the good first round pick talk is one of the many weird tidbits that was in the new Adrian Wojnarowski article that was put out today. But there was some interesting kind of breaking news that I do want to get to. The first thing that got me the most excited is when Adrian Wojnarowski said that Damian Lillard's agent Aaron Goodwin is telling other teams, do not trade for Damian Lillard. I got the actual quote here in which he says, Aaron Goodwin has been calling prospective trade partners and warning against trading for his clients. Team executives told ESPN, Goodwin is telling organizations outside of Miami that trading for Lillard is trading for an unhappy player. And then he says, as interference goes, this is a time-honored agent maneuver to depress offers and clear a path to a predetermined destination. All of that BS just to say Dame wants to be in Miami. We know you ain't happy about it, Woj. You ain't never liked Miami because you ain't got no one on the inside. But Dame wants to be in Miami, and now you're starting to accept the fact. Now, does that mean that Miami can just offer a trash package? Does that mean that they can offer James Johnson, Kelly Olynyk in a second? If you know, you know. That's what we used to say back in the day when the team was really down bad. The answer is no, though. You still have to give up something good. Now, another interesting quote that Woj had in there is he said, general managers who talked with ESPN suggested that pressure, he's talking about from Lillard, won't impact how they'll proceed. They would have Lillard under contract for 4 more years, and I believe his default mechanism would be to remain playing hard and well. Well, really? Because there was an article from just 2021, this guy's from Blake Schuster, who put out, headlined, Damian Lillard rumors, star willing to sit out if Blazers don't meet trade demands. And he goes into detail. There was a reporter named Henry Abbott who said, and again, I quote, sources say Damian Lillard is willing to forego paychecks to get to a title team if it comes to that. Now, he doesn't have LeBron's reported millions in the bank, but his agent Aaron Goodwin has monetized Lillard's blah, blah, blah. Just as to say, Lillard may not got LeBron money, but he got enough money that he can accept the fines to sit out until he gets to where he wants to go. Now, I will say, it's possible that Dame has changed his mind. It's possible that this is just a threat or that he doesn't actually feel this way, but that's the report. So to all those people that when I said the last few videos that Dame might sit out if he was traded to the Clippers or the Sixers or the Nets, and y'all said he's not that type of player, you may be right, but truthfully, I'm just going by this report that's right here. Now, there's another, even dumber part of this Wojnarowski article that I want to get to, and I'm going to read this one straight up also. He says, without a trade, Portland can always bring back Lillard for the start of September training camp. That'll invite a tense environment for everyone, especially for organization's bright young core of players. But what's worse is settling on a bad deal. So really, there's a couple of things I want to dissect here. So settling on a bad deal is worse than bringing in a disgruntled Damian Lillard into training camp. Really? Because if you bring in a Damian Lillard who has already publicly demanded that he does not like or he doesn't like the direction they're going, he's not happy with the front office, he wants out of the organization, do you not think that will have an extremely negative impact on everybody there? It'll make the fans unhappy. It'll make the current players unhappy because they got to work with a guy who doesn't want to be there. You got all this young talent. You just invested the 3rd pick in the draft in Scoot Henderson. You think that's good for his development? All you're doing is you're wasting time. You're delaying the development of the young guys. You're delaying the improvement of the team. Bringing in Damian Lillard into training camp is one of the dumbest things that they could ever do, and that's never going to happen. We saw the Rockets try to do that with James Harden, and that messed up their entire season. That set them so far back, and then they had to settle for a trade package of Rodney Karukas, some other bum, and 3 firsts, and a bunch of meaningless swaps. So you basically traded a recent MVP James Harden for 3 first-round picks. The same package that Miami's trying to offer, but everyone's out here going ahead and saying that that's trash, right? Now, Miami can't just send a trash offer, okay? We know Dame wants to be in Miami. I've been telling y'all these last couple videos, he will end up in Miami, okay? All these people saying Portland's best bet is to get the best trade package. I don't care what Woj says. None of these teams are mortgaging their entire future to get Damian Lillard if he doesn't want to be here. Yes, he's under contract for 4 more years, but he will be 37 by the time this contract is over, and he will be making $62 million in that final season. That will not be a tradable contract. That is not something a team will risk acquiring for a guy that doesn't want to be there. That's just not going to happen. And I actually want to credit Zach Lowe for pointing out that Miami's offer isn't even trash, which is what Woj just said in that last piece I read. He said bringing Dame into camp is better than accepting a bad deal. He's talking about from Miami. Miami's deal is on par with what all the other superstar trades have acquired in the last couple years. Check out my last video if you haven't seen it. I went through all the trades. I went through Kawhi and Durant and James Harden twice, Kyrie, even guys like Donovan Mitchell and Bradley Beal who had completely different circumstances. I documented it all, okay? Miami offering Tyler Herro, who I think has a lot of value on some teams. We saw he might even get a couple firsts. The Spurs can use him. The Nets could use him. Those are the 2 main teams we heard, okay? You can get a couple picks from that. Miami has 3 other tradable first-round picks once they unlock one with the OKC trade I've been talking about. They have Nikola Jovic, who has been balling in the Summer League. Very versatile player. They have Jaime Jaquez Jr., who Heat fans, he played 1 Summer League game, and Heat fans are already crying that they don't want to get rid of him. You got Kyle Lowry's expiring contract, which is a valuable asset. You have pieces that can be very beneficial to the Portland Trailblazers and other teams. So not only is this not a trash offer, not only is it a valuable offer to the Trailblazers, but it is on par with all the other star trades that we've seen in the last few years. So that's really all I got to say with this video. I'm going to have to drop a full Wojnarowski, aka Adrian Woj Pinocchio, because he's a little puppet of Joe Cronin, GM over there. I'm going to have to drop a full Woj slander video because that boy is slandering my name, the Miami Heat's name, and he's a puppet for Joe Cronin. Everything he says is not true. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is Dame a lock to come to Miami? What would you give up for him? Do all that good stuff. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. If you think I'm a crybaby Heat fan who doesn't like Woj because he doesn't fit my narrative, then dislike the video because there's nothing I can do about it. But I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe too, and I'll see y'all next time.
Look, pull up in your city tryna get that dead face. Do it on my own, I don't need no dead weight. Had to kill him off, yeah, I need a head space. You know this homegrown bitch don't offend me.